Greetings, beautiful beings. Hello, Harmonic Convergence 333. It is nice to connect with you once again in our tonight Facebook Live. Now, today you just bear guys with me as Cheryl and I will alternate our evenings with a Facebook Live, and some of them you will see us together. And so today we will talk about the November energies. What is about to happen? Now it's the 30th of the October, and tomorrow is the Halloween. So we know that the veil is thin, and there's a huge communication between the spirit world and the guides and the angelic beings and everybody around us and us. Some people telling me that they can see them with their eyes and they kind of freak out, and some are very excited. Hello, everybody. Cheryl's there in our chat room. Hi, Cheryl. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, everybody. Hi, back to Hungary, Ned. And so tomorrow's the Halloween, and we're preparing for this amazing energy when it says that the veil is the thinner, when we can communicate to the other side, when we can communicate to our loved ones from the other side. And all that energy really shifts us into the November. Now, I call November a Pleiadian month because that is the month when every year we experience Pleiadian alignment. In the November, the energy goes from the Pleiades through the Earth and the Sun. Then we experience another Pleiadian alignment in May, which will go the Pleiades, Sun, and the Earth is the alignment. So we will focus on the November energies because we want to make the best out of it. Same as you want to make the best out of tomorrow, to light your candles and communicate it with your loved ones from the other side and feel close to them. In the November, you can feel close to your brothers and sisters from Pleiades. Now, the alignment exactly happened from the 15th of the November to the 21st of November. But all the energy prior and that left over after is still exciting. And if you think of it, as it is getting in the perfect alignment to connect with us, we are already tapping in these energies. So if you think of it, there is no such a coincidence that 31st of the October, the Halloween night, it's really opened a portal and the doorway to the spirit world. Because as the ancient stories tell, we came to this earth through the Pleiadians. The Pleiadians opened the portal or started up their spaceships, came down here to the earth. Pleiadian sisters really nurtured this place, this realm, and brought it into the beauty that it is today, or that it was in the Lemuria and the Atlantis. And then, when all that happened, then it feeds really into these energies of the alignment. So before myself to repeating over and over how amazing time it is, because for me it's like, yay, you're really amazing. We can learn what we can do with it. So the November energy is the harvest energy, as you would look at any farmers or the circle of that 1 year calendar. In the spring, we plant the seeds, we plant the ideas, we brainstorm. In the summer, we take care of them, we fertilize them, we work on them, we nourish them. And in the fall, we can harvest. Or we can harvest or prepare our pantries with a lot of food. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a physical food. With November and Pleiadian energy, we speak about the spiritual food. So in the November, you want to look at what were you thinking and planning in the spring? How does it manifesting now in your life in November? What is it that you want to harvest? It can be the idea. It can be the downloads. It can be a product that you wanted to always make. This energy in the November is the most supportive energy to your creativity and literally bringing out into the physical world what is it that you would like to bring. To give you an idea, the last year in the November, I actually for the first time in my life consciously engaged with this energy, because I, believe or not, I didn't know that the November is the Pleiadian energy. You know, if I look back in my years, of course, it was very creative and quite a successful month. But the last year, I meditated with this energy and I consciously join in it. I consciously embrace that this energy is here to support me, to help me to thrive, and help me to adjust myself and be happy in this life in the earth realm, which I think is very important. You heard me that to say many times. We came here to earth to thrive, to make it changes, to be in a mission, to be in a service to humanity. We did not come here to be punished and to be suffering and feel, you know, constantly bad and squashed into the corners. We came here to share the energy from out there to help and allow to make changes. And of course, there's a lot of support coming here with us, the November energies included. So last year, when I drove it consciously, I actually received downloads from my book, The Pleiadian Code, that, as you know, was just recently published in the September on the Amazon. In the spring, I was having ideas. I want to write this book. That was the last spring. I know I want to write this amazing book that will be in the service to humanity, but I really didn't have it all structure for it. I didn't have a table of contents. I really didn't even have an idea how is it gonna come out. And I remember it was the last November when I suddenly, you know, was thinking about it and writing my notes and looking at my 2 years old notes, kind of pulling it together, what will be good, what's not gonna be good. That there was this light of the energy that literally came through me, aligned with me. I could feel the part of my higher self, essence of it really walk in this body. And I knew. And of course, it's not like you knew, you go write it down and you are done in a few hours. You get these fragments, the bits and pieces that you know how to pull it together. Then I consciously put my energy in it. And a wonderful book that I like really much came out. Now, in this November, you know, the book last spring, as you know, I was working on this book. Through the summer, I was pulling it together. In the September, I published it. And now I decided, okay, the November is going to be really good for me to start the classes that I wanted to teach, that I always wanted to teach, but there's either busy or there's something comes up or it didn't align. But the November is the most supportive energy, and that's where I'm going to start doing it. I held this energy empower me to push me. It's like this big train or this most amazing energy behind you to push you, to give you the confidence, you know, to build up on the energy that you already built up. And any single one of you can do this as well. It doesn't matter if you came from Pleiades, if you came from Sirius, if you came from Andromeda, Orion, or any further out planets. You can allow your brothers and sisters the energy of the 7 sisters of the Pleiades, this most amazing soul healing supportive energy, to help to push you from behind. And in that month, you want to store in your invisible pantry all the ideas, the downloads, anything that comes up to you. Now, in November, we're supposed to take this energy that could be, you know, that energy that pushes you, that supports you, should be focused on the whatever we can put into the present time. So there's a little difference between the spring alignment and the November, the fall alignment. If you think of it, the alignment is between Pleiades, Earth, and the Sun. So if we work with the number 3, which you know is absolutely my favorite and the core of all my teachings and the works, because 3 is the catalyst. So we look at this alignment as a catalyst. We have a Pleiades, which would represent our past, because we came through Pleiades. Whatever star nation you went to this training camp in the Pleiades until you came down to the Earth. So that is our gateway, star gateway. At this alignment, the Earth stands in the present time. So you, as an embodiment of your star seed and human being in your physical body right now, you're bringing this energy into the physical body. So it guides you through it. That, let's say I received a download from the book would have to be carried through all this energy that I have received into the physical realm, because we do come here for the physical body for a reason, to create a physical things. Even speaking and sharing with the others, empowering others, exciting others about life, it's a physical thing that you came here to do. If the Pleiadians can do it, they would not really bother to come here or find somebody who's going to channel for them or share all these informations. They would just kind of broadcast it from the Pleiades. We would receive here on the earth, kind of know what to do. It does not work that way. If you want to change something in the physical world, doesn't matter what most amazing alien you are, or how most ascended master you are, whatever you are, you still need somebody in that physical body, either incarnating it, or somebody who's going to channel you and pass the message to the others. Again, physically apply it to the physical three-dimensional world of the earth. And then we go into the sun. So the sun is the energizing source, right? It sends the heat, all these solar flares, creating the electromagnetic waves that kind of upsets our nervous system, and of course, play the havoc with our technology on the earth. But what does it do for us? If there's something that is stimulating your nervous system, it means that it's stimulating your spirituality. Anything within this physical body that we each have at this lifetime, all the attunements that happen, whenever they are from your guides, from the Pleiades itself, from the universe, or from the healers that you go to, a psychic that you receive from, they all work through your nervous system, through your electromagnetic nervous system, which means, of course, your auras, your chakras, but everything from that energy, it's translated or fed in your nervous system energy, and it's the nervous system that makes the changes within the body. Our nervous system is the one that's going to lead you to ascension if you are working on the ascension through your physical body. Often we don't pay attention to physical body, we kind of forget about it, but you need a physical body to carry you through this journey. If you neglect the body, then you have a very well evolved soul, but you're still, failing in the body, and you don't get as far as you possibly could go. Of course, it is questionable, but that's what I believe, or that's what I taught from the Pleiadians. Pleiadian says that we have no idea what a physical body, what a gift it is to us. Again, what we can do, what we can achieve, how much energy we have. Like, we have no idea. We're just scraping we're just licking the cake like from the side of it, and we are not even brave enough to go and eat the whole cake. So what I'm saying, in the November, let's get brave and let's eat a good chunk of that cake that they are giving us, and let's enjoy it. So that means, get yourself into meditations. Now, you may experience in that first 2 weeks of the November, until 15, you may experience that you get yourself on this wave again, peeling the onion, going on a major release. Especially now, the energy of the past is big. It comes out. It's very, again, there's another layers and layers that you're going to into your past life, in the current life, in the parallel life, and it's exhausting. But think about it. If you release something, you have an opening for something new. We cannot be only releasing. We have to be exchanging and applying to new. And it says, okay, so if I'm ready to leave these fragments of my human psyche self, I want to get that higher self energy in. And I want to do it consciously. I don't really just want to connect with the Archangel Michael or Archangel Metatron or anybody up there. I mean, those are most amazing energies. Don't take me wrong, they are amazing. But I want to go direct to my own source, because my source is higher. Every single one of you starseed is way higher. You are on that level of the ascended masters and the angelic realm and the Buddha and Jesus Christ, or somebody that we can mentally connect, Mary Magdalene, in this lifetime, that we can kind of compare. You all are there, but you are so afraid to go and connect with that energy that you can just say, well, I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna stay here, I'm gonna stay here. You're just licking that cake from the side. So let's go for the cake. Now, going for the cake, I kind of like that. Kind of like that. Compare, because we just made a cake for the tomorrow Halloween with our kids. So we're gonna eat the cake tomorrow. Anyway, going for that energy for your higher self. Now, again, the energy is very thin. So, or is more open, it's more accessible to get to your higher self. You reach to that higher self, you call upon it. And your higher self, of course, is the soul, the essence of all being, that holding all that information. It is care. It does every soul, majority of the soul, I can't say that every soul, but the majority of the souls of the people that I work with suffer from soul's post-traumatic disorder. Stress post-traumatic disorder has PTSD. Soul stress post-traumatic disorder. There, I got it, I said in English. And it's from all lives that you had before. If you think of it, you remember the lives of the witches, the witch trials, where you were a wise woman, the life of the Knights of the Templars, when you were protecting the gods and secret, life of the Cathars, that is especially the sad one, life of the Essenes, life of the that's out of my head, Mary Magdalene, and the tribe of the Mary Magdalene, which would lead into the Gnostics and Cathar. Gnostics was the word I wanted to remember. And that's just the recent 2000s of years. If you think of it in our memory, 2000 years is not as much, because then we go further down, go into history, into the ancient Egypt, and we go into Southern America, and we go into the Atlantis and Lemuria. That feels like very far and less tangible. Then we says, okay, the time of the Jesus Christ, time of the Mary Magdalene, time of the Gnostics and the Cathars. And then you stop there and you go, your soul goes on this hiccup, because you says, oh my God, I get killed every single time. And if it wasn't me, it was somebody who I love, that I know, that I care about. And then you call, for the soul, says like, come on, we have these openings, this absolutely great energy, let's do it, come on, please help me to align my soul in my body. And your soul really wants to, because it's been working with you for several years now. You are on the spiritual journey. But a bigger alignment, when it really has to give you, all that what you want, let's say like a nice download for the book, your soul's having a hiccup, and your soul's, having this kind of the talks like, you are standing on the side of the bridge and you want to jump out. You says, I rather jump out. I'm out of the bridge. Then I would be jumping in this body, because this body is just self-destructive. It's like I'm jumping into my own death over and over and over again. And even at some point, the soul has enough. Soul is it's not destructible. Of course, it's infinite and it's there forever. But even the soul has problems and has that stress post-traumatic disorder. And that's when you need to, in this month of November, kind of calm down and says, okay, it is safe to go fully in the body. You feel it, you kind of slow down and says, it is safe. It is safe to come back in your body. It is safe to connect with that human ego again. It is safe to pick up on our journey, and it is safe to remember. That's when that energy slows down and your heart is kind of beating fast, and you slow it down and slow it down, and you says, I can do it. I can do it again. And perhaps in between all those two, you will be going on the past life memories. If you start really deeply embarking in them, it's really good. You may see all kind of the humanity doing the things, and you may feel very broken about it. You may see how it's not only difficult that we as humans, it's not only difficult, that you come, this one amazing soul, into this body and you get killed for all your beliefs, bringing the knowledge and saving to humanity. But then the other factor is how humans hurt another humans just by abuse on all kind of the levels. That, shattered of psyche right there, fragmented, how we making each other's life absolutely miserable. And I don't say everybody, but a lot of people, even before we came to, this great awakening and these new energies, even each one of us could says, look at our life and says like, oh my God, I make that person's life kind of miserable. And we do it unconsciously. You do it totally ignoring the life because you didn't know, I didn't know, we didn't know. And suddenly you look at it and it says, oh my God, we are like very destructive beings up here. We are actually very primitive and very destructive. And at that moment, you still have to convince yourself, would you please walk in this body? Would you please work 50-50 with me, with my human self and my beautiful divine self? Would you, my human ego, my human particle of me, would you please accept this soul part of you and work together? Can we do it? Can we work as a union of energy? And that is definitely something you can do in the November and all these energies. Now, once you go into it, you're really stepping into fifth dimensional energy. And I'll be teaching you a lot about this in my class. I know we don't self-promote ourselves, but I just want to share it, that this is, it's going to be a lot of talk about it now. Because since the August, the harmonic convergence, what we did on the August 11th, we really move ourselves from this third dimensional energy into four dimensional energy and becoming in the fifth dimensional energy. The four dimensional energy has a lot of drama. You are like caught in this illusion of the drama, and you look at it from things from the left to the right can go wrong. Like you get really caught up in it and go like, oh my God. It is just the test that you need to push through this energy to step in this fifth dimensional energy, a physical energy and spiritual energy, and align it in your body. Like beautiful two strands DNA, marry them together, twist them, twine them, put them beautifully together, and work with that energy. It is when you consciously take your soul that feels safe to remember all from the past. And again, some of it that you will remember whenever you leave that past or whenever you took a download of the past so you can actually function here in the earth life and be happy about it. Not be happy, to assist the other people, because how can you assist the other people in burning the knowledge if you don't have a knowledge of the past, of the history of the earth? So I met some people who absolutely just took the downloads, who really haven't been here for the past, I don't know, 1500 years, but they have to take a download of the past lives so they can feel and experience what happened here. Those are what I call false positive feedback of the energy, because you may feel, I have been this and I have been that and I have been there. And then you read, from your Akashic record that you have not been on the earth for the past 1500 years. And he says, how is it possible? Is the reader going crazy? Am I going crazy? What is really happening? What is happening is that you needed to take this download so you can connect to these people. How could you help and sympathize with the captors who have all been killed if you do not have that memory from it? If you either don't have that history download, it's like the history book lessons that you learn very well, or that you live through that time. It makes absolute sense that that's what will happen. And then you can work with it. Now I'm just going, guys, through your comments because for some reason it doesn't scroll here to me. And so let me quickly go through the comments. Oh, before I go into the comments, I kind of get sidetracked myself here. What I wanted to say, finish with this, with the souls, that you have these downloads, and then you can really align with your fifth dimensional energy to be in the spirit, be in the physical body, work again together, and assist the others in either healing that soul's post-traumatic disorder, help them to cope with it, help them to forgive, help them to fragment the psyche and energy back so they can beautifully function in the physical body. That is definitely the one, of the reason why we're doing this. So to sync your questions, guys, Cheryl asked, what can we each do to benefit most from these Pleiadian energies? How do we work with them? So the first of all, as I said, we pay attention to all the releases, don't hold them in. If I'm angry, if I'm feeling sad, if I'm, getting on this, something is happening, you want to question why. You want to take a journal and you really want to journal why is this happening. Like for me, it was a big deal last week when I had, my soul kind of had a hiccup and saying like, oh my God, we're gonna really do it. And I says, yeah, we're gonna do it. And had to find a safety within my body because our soul feels that we fail. We fail in the past and is afraid to come back into the body that is going to fail again. I think that's the sort of genetic energy that we all have, or we have similarity in. So we want to pay attention to what are those feelings that are not in all the highestly aligned. What are they? Why are they coming? Question them. With that, you can, find the root of the problem. You can resonate with it. And then you want to think, what have you what is it that you are planning in the spring or through the, that May energies coming from the spring to the summer, especially in a May. Try to look and think of it. What was I planning? What were my seeds? Now that can give you the clue what should you harvest today. So I don't know if you were planning, I know the Cheryl was probably planning the trip and all into the Peru that they planning the trip. If you guys interested with the Cheryl and the Mario going to the Peru, that's what probably they very know are the planning stages and brainstorming in and so much on. Among the other things, now is the really time to bring it up and promote it, get as much information out of it, get the people sign up for it, because that is a fruitful thing. When somebody was thinking about in the May, I really want to go on this life-changing journey. And here in the November comes this, post from the Cheryl, for example, that's saying, okay, this is my calling. Like, that's what it is. Let's say that write down all your ideas, all your talks, everything that can be turned into something that can help to someone else. You can sit, you can meditate and ask, how can I be in a service of humanity? And we all, through our lifetime, there's a bunch of the things to harvest, really. You have experiences and experiences and experiences that, you learn through this lifetime. So you may sit every day, from the 15th to the 21st, and every day sit and says, how can I be in a service to humanity? What it is that I can do, what is in my skills, in my abilities that I can do that pays forward and help the others. And again, it doesn't matter, you don't have to be a psychic or a healer. You may be a builder, you may be a school teacher. You may get this idea, I don't know, some builder will feel that they have to build the room this way, or they should accept this and that kind of the contract. The teacher may come with this new kind of the welcoming the kids at school. It may vary from person to person, but whatever, you come with, the Pleiadians guide you into what apply yourself into, let's say, for the next year. So it's a beautiful way to plan your year. You can actually sit down and plan your whole year ahead into November, and then, by the end of December, I'm going to guide you guys to write a letter to yourself. So that is a nice thing to do. Now, my comments are completely frozen, and that is interesting, so I'm gonna just leave them frozen, and we're just gonna go with it. Hello everybody. I'm sorry guys, here they are, that they are frozen. Somebody say no sound. I hope you have a sound, because I have no idea what happened. I hope you guys hear me. I think if Tom would not hear me, he would probably come and tell me. Emily, can we incarnate a higher self every day in every situation? Absolutely, Emily. We can do that. Simply just, asking your higher self come in, and you can have this very simple exercise. I just read it and printed it somewhere. It is that, I have no idea where I left it, but I saw it. When you ask for your higher self, you want to ensure your higher self that it's safe within the body. I know it sounds ridiculous, because a higher self is indestructible, but it really helps, it can encourage it to come true. So you say, okay, I ask and thank you to be connected with the higher source, and which is the God for me, the God, and I ask and thank you to be connected with my higher self. And I ask the higher self as a presence of the unconditional love walk in my body. Now you ask only and only and only your higher self asking the body, nothing else, no other energies. And you bring it, kind of down in your stomach. And you says, I'm safe. And I'm aligned with my higher self. And I trust the intuition. I trust the guidance that my higher self gives me. And that's a kind of nice practice. Again, I'm feeling safe. I'm aligned with my higher self. And I trust the guidance that my higher self gives me. That is a nice way to connect with your higher self. You can connect your higher self in every situation, in every day. But remember, your higher self doesn't run the scene, neither does your human ego. They share. It's like a dark and the light. It's not that your higher self and the ego is a dark and light, but it's like a yin and yang. I guess if you say the ego is the dark and the higher self is the light, we can play with those energies, but it means that there are two energies that comes together, so they do have to have to both of the sides. So you marry them together. You don't let just the one of them to make decisions, because another one of them eventually is going to get upset and start sabotage you. So that's how it works. Rachel, is there still a sadness expression? So confused here. Compassion for the human expression. So confused here. Oh, Rachel. Okay, but we have a Rachel. Yes, there is still a sadness when feeling into past lives. And as Shara says, yeah, there is a human expression and confusion. Compassion for the human expression. So confused here. And there's a sadness over the past life. Of course, there's a sadness. But how long you gonna be sad over it? How long you gonna feel and cry and sit with it that somebody killed you and your family when you were a Qatar? There's a sadness I just learned about the Qatars very recently, and I was really angry, which is quite out of my sword, but I was angry. I was angry of the unfairness and how hard they tried and so much on, and how much they really sacrificed. And I was angry and I was sad. And then I says, well, what does it gonna help me in this lifetime? So the only thing I can do is to forgive everybody. And so I light the candles. As you know, it's my very habit to light the 3 candles, one for the forgiveness, one for unconditional love, and one for the illuminating the light for us. And I call for the whole soul family of the Qatars, and I ask that they forgive. And I felt this very angry energy for about 2 days, like the collective angry energy. And if you think of it, even now, in these days, we are very angry. We try to accept everything's going on, but we are inside, we are very fed up, very angry of the unfairness, what is happening. And sort of that reminded me, of the life. And I said, well, the anger doesn't solve really anything. Sadness doesn't solve anything. The only thing I can do is to convince myself to forgive. So I forgive, and I forgive, and I forgive, as long as I'm not sad anymore. And when I remember them, instead of, I turned sadness into, I guess, compassion and understanding, and saying, you know what? Even that had happened, we still find the courage to come back here and find a different angle how to bring the knowledge to humans. Back then, one thing that really struck me with the Qatars was that they decided, they believed that they will not have any sexual relationships, so they would withhold all their sexuality, so they will not reproduce, so they will not create another bodies for the souls that get trapped here on the earth. I totally understand it, but it's sexuality is a kind of nice part of the life, and of course, it's a very controlling energy that can control you, can control the others, and so much on. But it is a big deal, to go and live with it and stuff like that. And yet, they live in very humble life, not materialistic life. They live out to the perfection. Yet it didn't. If you look at it from that point of it, of the Qatar who was killed by the end of it, they may feel like it wasn't enough, because that would come to me, was it enough? And it was enough. because it sent all kind of the information us into the future, and we can look at them and says, okay, this is what they did, and this is what we can do, and we can do it from the different angle, and we can build up on that energy knowledge that they left here, that little bits of the pieces that they left here. So let go of the sadness, look at them with the gratitude, say thank you for all you have done, and encourage yourself to do it again, to not exactly as katas, tweak it your own way that works for you, and find a way to share the knowledge with the others. All right, what I have here, a few more comments before we are done. I think it's really funny here. Diana says it's overwhelming, the transition. Absolutely. Energy is absolutely overwhelming. I can totally relate with you. Now, but I realize if I get overwhelmed, then I get very discouraged, I get tired, and I feel like I cannot keep up with everything and get discouraged, and I get very much behind. So we want to watch this overwhelming energy, which I think will be quite build up into this November, the 15 to 21. We feel overwhelmed because there's too much bombarding coming on. There's too much of release going on to happen. There's too much of sadness, and it's very overwhelming. You want to take a step back, and you says, okay, I'll take it a step at a time. I don't have to rush through this. All I have to do is to calm my human self and my soul and feeling safe. So feeling the safety help in that overwhelming energy and feeling neutral. Don't get caught up in the stories, in the sadness, in the pain. Try to feel neutral as much. Try to distance yourself from all the stimulants. The coffee, I like coffee. So guys, I'm not going to tell you not to drink coffee, but drink it in limited things because I know it very much stimulates me. So I'm in the decaf right now for majority of the time. And of course the alcohol, drugs, and so much on, stay out of it as much as you can. Okay, Cheryl, we need to give ourselves so much love and compassion. Absolutely. Aggression, appreciate and understand my purpose more now. That is beautiful. All right, guys. Gretchen says she works with her higher self every day. Awesome. That's where we are all going to. And Gretchen's sharing, I acknowledge my past lives when I come across them and remember them. I send them love to the past situation and send them on and send them love. That's what should happen, and that's how we should be. So, my dear soul family, I'm gonna end here. I get lost in my talks, and I very much enjoy it. I've enjoyed to spend time with you and share with you, and it's such a privilege for me, and honor and happiness, and whatever English word you can come up with is very positive and good. But I enjoy this to spend this time with you. So tomorrow, enjoy the Halloween. If you would like to post your costumes in our little forum that Tom created, so we're gonna vote for you, and you can win the prizes. I hope you will enjoy it. It's the reading with me and Cheryl. That's the prize that we came up with. Yay! We promise to make your time with us absolutely enjoyable. And so post your pictures so somebody can win something, we can have a good time and enjoy the Halloween, enjoy the time with the spirit and so much on. As I shared with you, I think the last time, 9 years ago, I changed my life. It was on the Halloween night when I really decided that is the change. On the November 1st, I loaded the train. I was out of my past life, well, you can say the past life, 9 years ago, and stepped into my new life. It was the most amazing energy, supportive energy, and if I would only know that the November energies and Pleiadians were really cheering me up on my journey, and I stepped into the best possible scenario I could have. And it could have been really scary too. So, but it was the best possible scenario. So I wish that for all of you. I wish that tomorrow you make your connection with your loved ones. Don't be sad. If you feel anybody from the other side to connect with you, celebrate with them. One time my grandfather told me, who already passed away, so he told me in a spirit that when you die here, you are born on the other side. So as for us, it's the sad day. It's a very exciting day for the other side. And he asked me to celebrate his rebirth instead of his death. And that's what I do since then. It's absolutely great. You know that your loved ones will incarnate again. Maybe they incarnate in your family. And that's exciting news when you come across to it. So enjoy it. enter the November with your journal and the pen in your hand. Look at the sad, release the past, ask how to be in service, and embrace the new. Fill your spiritual pantry with as many jars as you can, so you can use them the whole year long. Write your ideas, thoughts, post-it notes. I have a post-it notes everywhere, and use them, utilize them for the whole year. Same like the farmers, and I grew up on the farm. Take all the food and they can it and jar it and freeze it and put the root vegetable into the sand so that it lasts them until almost the next harvest again. Do all this with your spiritual energy. Ask your soul family to fill your jars so you have a stuff for the whole next year ahead of you. And with that, I'm gonna say goodbye to you. I'm sending you all Pleiadian blessings, and I love you. I'm sending you all love and light. Have a good evening, everybody, or morning. Bye-bye.